Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of Let's Play Realms. My name is Marzdon, and I'm so glad to have you here today. In standing here next to the chicken farm we made in the last episode, I said I was going to play for a while, and haven't done that yet. That's what I'm going to do now. Check up on it a little bit later. Today, we're going to be working on getting some villagers over here from that village that we found in, I think it was the first episode, and building up a villager farm so that we can get, mending books, diamond tools, Eyes of Ender, all sorts of stuff from that. So I think I'm going to use boats to transport the villagers back over here. And so I'm going to make up some boats and go get some villagers, bring them over here. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them yet. I think probably over towards the main base area. If we go over there, we have right now we have the zombie farm that's kind of taking up one section over here, and then we have this there'll be a slime farm over there, so that's kind of what that area is all about. So I'm thinking we might end up putting the villagers maybe over on this area, and then definitely going to build an iron farm of some sort. And I'm not totally sure which type I'm going to build. Probably won't be building an Iron Titan just because with only 2 people on the server, we don't need quite that much iron. And I've built a couple of those before and it's pretty tedious. So we'll probably just be sticking to more normal designs. But I'm thinking we'll move the villagers into this area. Maybe I'll go ahead and knock down this little bit of hill here so that we can kind of have a flat area to work with them in over here. So, we can always move them later if needed. So I think we'll do that. You choose this area here, and so I'm going to flatten this out and go get some villagers and bring them back over here. So I thought I'd bring you in on what I'm working on right now. Building up one of those same kind of water elevators that I built in the zombie farm episode, and this is going to be used to transport the villagers. So what I've done here is, let me show you real quick. This is the river that continues. This is the base over there. So what I did was clear out and connect this river here through this little channel to the swamp, which connects to the ocean where we're going to get the villagers from across from. So if I can navigate, it's a little bit tight, but the boat fits, which is all that really matters. So you can see here, we're back towards the base. And then from there, once we get over there, back over here, what we will do is go into this little channel area that I built, and we can get out and then break the boat and then make sure that the villager goes up and goes up here, and then go all the way up. And I just built a little track out of dirt up there that will carry the villagers all the way over to the area that I've set up. And I'm going to finish putting in this water, and then I'll show you what I've got set up there. Okay, so I'm going to put the last water block in now, and I spaced this all so that it should just flow all the way down, all the way to the end. I just used dirt. I know it's not the best material to use for this probably, but we have a bunch of it on hand, and it's really easy to clean up afterwards, and this is all temporary. So, that was supposed to go one more block, I think, so that it will just stop off there, so that we don't have to worry about, they shouldn't take any damage, just fall in that little one block there. And yeah, I just have flattened this area out a little bit, put some more grass down, and we'll just collect a couple villagers in this area, and then start working on a farm and stuff. I put down some fences up there just to make sure that no zombies can wander off of the little cliff up there and down into this area. So now I'm going to go get the villagers. We just need 2, and then we can breed up the rest. So I'm gonna grab my boat here. Oh, I already have it on me, don't I? But I'll just throw it down. It's faster to go from here. And head over to the village over there. So I've got my first villager here. Looks like I probably should have slept because it's night now and there's going to be a lot of mobs around. But, you know, we'll give it a shot anyway. This is probably the section, one of the sections I'm most worried about, where there's just, your mob could just run up and drop down here or something. But looks like we're okay. So let's see. Oh, there's a witch there, just what you want. Getting stuck on some squid. And alright, let's hop out here and break the boat. Villager should go over. There he goes. And looks like we're gonna be okay. Gonna follow him up. And hopefully I made this everything up here correctly. I have done this before. You know, multiple times with the water trick, and I think this is how I've done it in the past. So, oh, you know what? I'm gonna add blocks here just to make sure. I think he can get up to that level when he's bobbing in the water on the corners there. So I just want to make sure he's not going to pop out. I have lit up pretty much this entire area, so I'm not too worried about him at this point. And looks like everything's going to be alright. I could just get down a couple torches here, just to make sure. Yep, perfect. Alright, so just need to do that a couple more times, and then we can start breeding them up and trading with them and stuff. So, gonna sleep first though. That is too far away. It's such a strange message. You would think that it just wouldn't do anything, but... Alright, I've got my two villagers over here. I'm gonna leave this kind of system in just for a while. I want to make sure that I have a way to get, you know, another villager over here just in case I need one. I'm just gonna stop that off maybe there, and I'm gonna take this part down just because it doesn't look particularly good. And I can always put this back in, just this little section, but that way I have you know, it just looks a little bit nicer right next to our area here where we're going to be working. So I'm going to take these two villagers and get them into a farm and then start breeding them up. I'm probably going to be using just normal crops that we've got from the farm over here. It's not super big or anything, but I'll probably switch it out to carrots and potatoes instead of wheat and potatoes like it is right now, and that should give us a little bit more. I think that'll be a little bit better for using with the villagers. Chicken farm is doing okay. There is a bunch of cooked chicken in here. There's also some uncooked chicken, and I'm not really sure. It's probably been maybe an hour, but I haven't been in this area around here the whole time because I've been going back and forth. So we're gonna wait and see how it goes. But in the meantime, I'm going to do a little bit of research and figure out exactly which villager farm I want to use. I'll probably use the same one that I've used in the past. I don't remember who that's by, but I'll let you know when I find the tutorial and stuff, and link will be in the description. So we gonna get started with that. So I was just heading out to a desert to get some sand, and I noticed in the nether there was a portal that said desert, so I followed it and came to this spot here, which has this mesa and this village and a temple. My recording messed up a little bit, so I didn't get any footage of me checking out the village. There wasn't anything too interesting there, but I'm gonna go check out this temple. Getting ready to make the villager farm, I needed a bunch of sand because I wanted to use a bunch of glass in the design, I think. think we're gonna use a design from Impulse, and I can find a link to that design in the description. It's something I have used before to moderate success. It wasn't my favorite design back, when I built it, but seeing as they changed the entity cramming rules in 1.11, I think it's probably going to be our best bet. So we'll get to that. It's yeah, without being able to stack up a bunch of villagers all up on top of each other, I think it's as good as we're going to get right now. So let's check this out here. Rid of that. And nothing too crazy. 3 gold horse armor, so that's a lot for one chest. 2 couple one saddle, that's nice. Some string, emerald. Emerald is nice. We're gonna need a bunch of those, but we can get those from the villagers, of course. And let's see. And 2 more emeralds, that's not bad. So I'm gonna get back out of here, probably pick up the TNT again and gather up some sand, and then get that smelted up, and we'll get to building the farm. One little trick that I always do when I'm collecting sand or any massive amount of any resource is I'll spread that resource out in my inventory but leave it open on my hotbar. So that way, when everything that I collect is going to go up into the inventory section and none will go in on the hotbar. And so then I know when I start seeing the item appear on my hotbar that my inventory is almost full without having to be opening up and checking it all the time. And that just makes you less efficient. So it's my hot tip for the episode. Spread your items out in your inventory. Alright guys, so I've got double chest full of sand, inventory full of sand, few cactus, and 4 durability left on my shovel. So I think that is a success for this trip. So I'm going to head back to the base, start getting this sand smelted up, and then get cracking on the villager farm. So I just learned about the entity cramming changes they made in 1.11. Just missed that update, I guess, or that part of that update rather. And so that explains why we were getting chickens dying and why we have about 75 chickens at once in this farm, because each block space can only support 24 chickens. So I want to add 3 more spots for the chickens to be here, and gotta be really careful here that we don't let them all loose. It's not that we couldn't get them back or anything, it's just that it's a pain. They fly everywhere and just generally are super annoying. So let me double check this. Yeah, the hoppers are underneath those blocks here. So what we want to do is fill all of these in, and then we can one at a time open up this block, and they'll flow in there. And then I got a few glass here, and then do the same here, and then glass, then we'll do that once more. So now we should be able to fit in twice as many chickens up here, and if needed we can do the same thing again and expand it one more time. I just turned the farm off, so we should be getting some eggs in here, and I'm gonna try and seed these chickens up to around I would say like 140, 150-ish I think would be good. I'm also not sure if the chickens there are actually taking damage from the eggs or if they just pretending like they are. It's hard to tell sometimes, but I'm not too worried about it. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this as I go. I think we're up. We've been getting cooked chicken, but we've also been getting raw chicken. So more cooked than raw certainly, but it'll be good to get that evened out. So I think we're getting enough chicken now, though, that we can probably start eating chicken full time. It's a better food source than the baked potatoes. Let's see how much we have in here. 2 stacks. Yeah, I'll finish off what I have in my inventory, and then I'll switch over. I also want to make a similar change over at let me grab a few blocks, over at the zombie farm. Pans and I both have been using the farm off and on, and have noticed that we're just not getting as much experience as we're used to, and that makes sense if we're only able to fit 24 zombies in the drop shoot area at once. And so we're going to expand. I want to expand this so that it's 3 wide for now, and we'll see how that goes. So gonna take this out and the hopper here, and the hopper here actually, so that we can we'll put the hoppers like this, and then let's see. Let's just do this on camera real quick. So I need that there. That'll be fine there. And then we can put this, that. See. Want these slabs to be here. And then I'll clear out these blocks here so I can keep the pattern going over here on this side. And just add 3 slabs there, a couple there, and I think I'm ready to go 1 block higher than that too. And we'll put these there. Okay, so now I can remove this this slab, this one, and this one. Yeah, there we go. So now they'll spread out, and we should be able to get some more zombies in here, which is going to be great. Okay guys, so I've got the basic structure of the farm in place. As you can see, it is mostly glass, which is why I wanted y'all that glass. Haven't put any villagers inside of it yet. I just put down these doors temporarily. I'm not positive that this is going to work, but I realized that I needed 3 villagers for this design instead of just 2, because you need 2 inside of the glass cage thing, and then you need 1 more down underneath next to the doors. So I wanted to try and set up this like temporary little village area to try and get these guys to breed up without me having to go all the way back over and find another villager, which is not a problem. It's not that hard to do, but trek is a little bit long, and there's some other stuff I need to do around here in the meantime. So something that I do want to do is, I've had a lot of trouble in the past with the villagers. The idea is that you're going to have this farm where they're going to pick up the food once we get some brown coat villagers in here and feed each other with the carrots that I put down. And then they will breed up themselves, basically. And then the small baby villagers, there'll be a 1 high gap over in this corner, like this, where they'll fall down, and there'll be a trapdoor on this dirt. I've had a problem with this though in the past, where they won't want to wander down, so then I have to come in here and push them around and try and get them out. So what I want to do here is, instead of having to break a block every time, I just want to put a piston in with a lever that I can just retract when I need to do that, just because I think that'll be a lot nicer. And so I'm going to put that there and break this glass temporarily, and then put a sticky piston there. Just use a spruce block here. Oh, that's dirt. Spruce wood, and then I want to put the lever on this block and I want it to be extended by default. So I think that if we just put, we might just be able to put a redstone torch on here, and that should deploy it full time. So it's not particularly pretty, but you know, there's nothing you can do about that other than putting a. So as you can clearly see, I ended up going and getting another villager from the village over there. I waited maybe 30 minutes and the villagers didn't breed, so maybe the little temporary village I tried to set up wasn't quite set up right. Um, but that's fine. You know, it's no. That's why I left that dirt track, water track system thing in there, so that I'd have no problem going and getting another villager if I needed one. So it looks like we're getting close here. Whoop. So yeah, gonna get this guy in place and get the other villagers in place, get the final doors in, and we should be good to roll. So I just put in the doors down below and the villager in there, and you can, well, they were just going a minute ago with the hearts. So this design seems to be working. I'm going to close this trapdoor that I put in over here until we get a few more villagers in here. I want to have, I don't have a specific number in mind right now, but a few more than we've got. And we need to make sure we get a brown coat villager from them breeding up here too. So I'm going to give these carrots to this guy here, because this guy seems to be ready to go. Use the old carpet on top of a fence post here. It's been working so far for me. No mobs should be able to get out of there, in or out of that area. So far so good. Gonna make sure that these guys breed up, and we'll try and start getting some trades and stuff in. I've already done a little bit of trading. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a little guy. And it is a Bronco guy. That's perfect. That's just what we wanted. Okay. So yeah, this farm should be in pretty good shape. I'm going to sleep here. Yeah, I did a bit of trading with the priest guy that we just grabbed from the village over there. He's the one that's down there right now. And I traded with the librarian that we had over here, and didn't get anything particularly good. Got a few ender pearls, which we'll need for getting to, or for making Eyes of Ender, for getting to the end and stuff. But no mending books so far, and haven't gotten any tool or armor smiths. So yeah, you're just gonna let these guys breed up, and while I get the system for moving them out of the farm in place. Alright guys, so since we haven't gotten the slime farm up yet, and we needed some slime balls to make a few sticky pistons, had enough to make one, but need a few more, we're going to go slime hunting in the swamp. And I have seen the slimes out here, you know, at night, and so I know that they exist. It's just a matter of trying to find them without getting killed by all the skeletons and things. So there's one. Only need a few. And I know we're going to make a slime farm eventually, so I'm not too worried. Oh, yeah. We're good. Okay. Well, that wasn't quite as dramatic as I thought it would be, but yeah, got a few slime balls, going to make a few sticky pistons, and we're getting pretty close on the villager farm. So I'm going to sleep, make up the sticky pistons, and then do a couple more things, and then I'll show you where we're at. Alright, so what I've got set up isn't anything too fancy. Basically, the villagers will breed in here, and then the baby villages will walk over here and fall through the trapdoor, and then they will bob up and down right underneath that sign until they grow up, in which case their head will hit this water, and then they'll come up here and drop down here, just like this guy. And then just have a block with a button on it and a piece of redstone underneath it, and then a dispenser with a powered rail. So when I hit the button, this will happen. He's supposed to move, and I don't know why he didn't. Oh, he didn't get into the minecart. This was working for me in a creative world. So I might have to mess around with this a little bit in survival. Oh, that's frustrating. This was working so well in... Maybe it's because this is a server? I'm not really sure. So I'll have to mess around with that. There he goes. So he's supposed to get in the minecart and then, you know, roll over here and then just kind of stop here. And then if we decide that we don't want to keep him, we can retract this lever and he can fall down into the area below. But for now, at least, we're definitely going to want to keep all of them because we're going to need a bunch of villagers for the iron farm. Okay guys, so I've got a bunch of villagers up here at the top. This isn't going to be as high as it goes, but I wanted to, there were so many villagers in this area here that I needed to start getting some up here. I'm thinking I might also, like, if I take out this glass, take out the water source, and then I can start sending more up, and they shouldn't, like, overlap at all. I could even, or even could put a block there to make sure that they stay separate. I think I like that idea just because then I'm not sure, they shouldn't suffocate, but I could take out two. I think I like that because then I could keep clearing these guys out. I have a few down here in boats and minecarts here. This librarian is the guy with the, I think, the Silk Touch book. This guy I haven't, oh yeah, I have. He has a pretty decent pick there. It's not bad. I found another toolsmith that has a really good one. He has a Silk Touch pick, which is great. I want to get him in a boat. The annoying thing is that they try to, like, multiple will get into the same boat, and even if it's not one that I particularly want in a boat, like this guy, I think he's a leather worker, didn't particularly want him in there, but it's too late now. There's nothing you can do about it really. That's the best rotten flesh deal I've found so far, so we're gonna try and get this guy in a boat too. This is just the infinite water source I used to, there we go. Okay, so everybody else is kind of could go up there. Got this fence gate here that just, I mean, dual purpose of holding the water in and also not letting the villagers get in here and get pulled up automatically. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. Cartographer there. Yeah, see, this is the main cleric I was trading with, 40 rotten flesh. This guy has 36, which is a much better deal. So we're making good progress here on the villagers. Haven't gotten any, other than the Silk Touch book, which we got pretty early, haven't had any really good trades for books yet. Something like an Unbreaking, even like an Unbreaking 2 would be great. Or obviously what the main thing we're going for is Mending. I turned auto jump on and it's really annoying sometimes. I've never tried it before. Just because I just wanted to see how it is, but it is obnoxious. Yeah, here's another librarian. Got Bane of Arthropods and Knockback 3. Nothing too great. So yeah, I've just been doing a lot of AFKing. I've got a little bit of diamond gear. This is a diamond chest plate I bought from one of the armorers over there, just straight as it is right there. So that's pretty awesome. Can't really get much better than that. I mean, it could be regular protection or blast protection, I guess would be good, but projectile protection is fine. This is a helm I enchanted. Respiration 3, protection 4, unbreaking 3 is great. And then I had a bit of an adventure trying to get these boots, but eventually it took a little while of going through enchantments, but eventually got to the Feather Falling 4, Depth Strider 3. Projectile protection again is not ideal, but that's okay. And then I'm just using normal junk leggings for now. And then have efficiency 4, fortune 3, unbreaking 3 on the axe. As far as I know, fortune 3 doesn't really do much on an axe, but that's just what it came with. This is that same Silk Touch shovel that I repaired and the same Silk Touch pick that I repaired. And then I also got a Looting 3 sword, I think. It just had Looting 3, which was a little bit disappointing, but I combined it with the sword that I already had. So Looting 3 on the sword now. So gear is hugely improved from where it was even just earlier today. So doing pretty good on that front. So I think we're just going to call it here for the day. Hopefully in the next episode, we're going to keep playing in this area and the villagers will keep breeding up, and I'm going to check in on them fairly often, and hopefully we can get some mending. But I think that, I got to get this video edited and uploaded, and I think it would be better to just do that than to wait around here for another few hours. If you're wondering what happened there, every once in a while my game, for whatever reason, this happens in multiple other games as well, will just kind of switch. It'll like alt tab out of the game. Then there it did it again, and I have no idea why it does that. But it is very annoying. And yeah, hopefully it won't do that again. But if you enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like. In the next episode, like I said, we're going to be keep on trucking, trying to get that mending book and working on the iron farms. So thank you for joining me today, and have a good one.